So I was saying to myself, I was like, self, how many people think that you're just off your rocker, just out to lunch? Because I look at myself as outspoken. Let's go with outspoken. Now, I don't offer my opinions to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather not say what's on my mind. Well, here, I'm not sure if outspoken is correct. I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind, but I'm not in any rush to do so. But when I see that, let's call it an injustice or something that's weird or just doesn't make sense to me, like I'll say something. So, what what I notice is a lot of people, because they say in psychology that women in general are more agreeable and men are more disagreeable. But what I'm finding is like in the space that I work in, a lot of people are disagreeable. And I'm not. And I found that me saying something about what people will agree is like off or odd, they'll usually try to sugarcoat it and make it sound better than what it is. And maybe it's because they're in it. I always said it like there's a like if you're in a relationship with somebody and they're like, "Yo, man, like this relationship's not, it's not good." Because you're in it, you try to rationalize it and try to, you know what I mean, tell yourself it's not that bad. And I guess I don't know, for some people that's it's just easier. It's not for me. So maybe people think I'm off my rocker because I just can't keep it shut. Because see here, this is the way I see it. I don't know, wrong or right. I don't talk to a person's position. You know what I mean? I talk to the person. It just so happens you hold that position. So if I talk to you, the only thing that I owe you is respect. That's the only thing that I owe you. I don't. So what I mean by that is I'm not going to berate you. I'm not going to um, put you down, demean you, anything of that nature. But I'm going to say what's on my mind. Now, if I agree to be respectful, then you should agree to hear me out. But for some reason, I'm a problem. Hmm. I heard someone say that. Let me make sure I get it right. If someone has a problem with you, but they tell everyone else but you, then they really don't have a problem with you. They just like the attention they get talking about you. So, but I'm still, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand people like that need to be included. And I guess, by nature we're tribal people and we like, and maybe that's where I falter, but I just don't have a need to be included. I like me. Cool, I like you too, man. See? I I don't know, man. Like I genuinely enjoy my own company. Like here, even when like I'd go somewhere and somebody would be like, "Yo, I'll pick you up." I know a lot of people like to be picked up and driven place or whatever, but I found that that sucks I want to leave when I want to leave. And the last thing I want to be is that person be like, hey, let's head out, man. Or so even when I'm in a social like situation, there's like the clock's ticking. I don't know why people don't like being around themselves. I I quite like it a lot. Like here, is that abnormal? Like should I want to be around people more? Maybe that's a question I really need to dig into because I don't like it's not like this is what's funny though. It's not like I'm sitting here going, "Oh man, I feel crappy about not wanting to be around people. How can I fix that?" Like it's almost as like if this is a defect, I'm like, oh, okay. Like like the only reason why I'm even referring to it as like something wrong is because it rubs people the wrong way. But I'm not sorry that it rubs people the wrong way. I'm genuinely this was funny. I'm genuinely not trying to. Like I'm not trying to irritate people. I'm not trying to um, be a contrarian. I'm not trying to have any sort of conflict. As a matter of fact, I prefer not to. Because, see, people maybe have this idea that I enjoy conflict or I get off on conflict or conflict doesn't bother me. Of course, it bothers me. But not saying what's on my mind and leaving things unsaid bothers me more. Because I see all the time people won't say stuff and then later on vent and carry on. I'm like, why don't you say all that earlier? Why are you saying it now? So this is, yeah, this is interesting, and this is why I'm smoking this cigar to sort of, you know, a physical manifestation of me not being for everybody. Just like cigars not for everybody. I've taken on an alias at work. My name is Juan Carlos Cohiba. So if people like call my name, I say, no hablo no inglés, Juan Carlos Cohiba. It is amazing what things have come to in a workplace. I mean, I sat down with two of my coworkers today and kind of, I wouldn't say got into it or whatever, but things got a little heated. And the thing is, it's like at the end of the day, people know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, see here, that's the thing. I, are they looking at me thinking I'm overreacting because I'm looking at them going, how the hell you not like seeing what's going on? So I don't know. It's it's interesting seeing other people's perspective, and I respect other people's perspective, but just don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. You know what I mean? Like, like, come on. So it's an interesting scenario because literally there's nobody there that's happy. I don't talk to anybody that's like legitimately happy. One girl had a run in with the same person that I did, and she's like, "Nah, I'm out of here," and she quit. Her last day's coming up soon. So somebody even asked me like, "How do you like change that culture?" And I'm like, man, listen, that's beyond my pay grade because, to be honest, I have theories, but but you know what? You know what I find interesting. You know what I ask myself? Like, why is it so easy for things to go wrong, for things to go bad, but so difficult to put them back on track? Like, why is it so easy for people to adapt bad behaviors but not good ones? Because the insanity that's going on there is just, maybe it's just so crazy that people's brain just can't process. Like, maybe that's what it is. Because there's some nonsense going on there. Some utter complete nonsense. And see here, this, I don't know if it's nonsense or it's just a pet peeve of mine personally. One thing I can't stand is when I'm talking to somebody and it's just me and that person, and then a third person just comes in and just starts talking like the conversation started with them. See, other people may not think it's a big deal, so that's why I don't consider that particular instance as a indication of like what's going on overall at the workplace. I would more so say that's my personal pet peeve. That's just my thing. Because, and see, maybe it's a pet peeve because the person or the people come and try and like talk as if they were there in the beginning instead of like listening and seeing where they can like jump in or just listen. So I think that's it's weird. Like, and maybe it's because when I see two people talking, I have no interest in going over there, like none whatsoever. So maybe that's what it is. Like when I see two people talking, I it doesn't draw me to want to go over and see what they're talking about. As a matter of fact, I don't want to know what they're talking about because I don't want to be a witness to anything. Like if I, like I'm sorry, like if I saw a robbery going down, I just like put my head down. Or what's one of these? Like I'm sorry, knowing, see, knowing people's business. Like there's people out there that like need to know things. Like it just bothers them if they don't know. And a lot of times it bothers me when I do know things. So like, what does that say? People are dying to get information, and the thing is too, the information that they're dying to get, it's not like pertinent information. It's just like gossip information. But this is the kind of thing people want. Nobody wants the secret to a million. Well, there's no secret. I mean, do some clever hard work, stick to itness, and get her done. Anyways, yeah. See, I learned this word, misanthrope, and along the short meaning, like hater of mankind. Now, I don't know if I hate people per se. I don't know if I don't, but I don't like being around them for a prolonged period of time. That's for sure. There's no two ways about that. So, having said that, I don't like being around people for too long. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me for too long. So, thanks for listening to me thus far, and stay safe.